Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tournament number 1, I guess, to this tournament of Omega, the Human Horizon. My name is Cameron Coldcloud. I will be your host for today. We have 100 competitors who are about to take on an 8-stage course that has yet to be beaten in any of my previous tests. Their goal is to breach the Human Horizon. And when a top prize has not been decided yet, probably somewhere in the millions. Yeah, we'll cross that bridge if we get there. Kicking things off, and there's no 3D models yet. I'll get to that eventually, hopefully. Starting with Arcadia Resort, it's a speed-based stage. It consists of 7 obstacles with a 1 minute 50-second time limit. 110 seconds. Angle swing. Essentially, you run across a wedge or ramp. You go on a swing. You swing on a bar and you land on a small platform. Rolling hill, like the one from Sasuke. Cane sliders, like the cane lane, but uses multiple canes, which removes the need for a hop and removes a lot of the difficulty. Abacus Bridge, similar to the toy box, but on the rope instead of a pole, and they're all spheres. Daikakko, like the one seen in Kunoichi. You go on a zip line, you hang off a zip line and land on a trapeze. Similar to angle swing, but not at the same time. Inverted cylinder. Essentially, a bunch of bars on a cylinder, and it spins, rotates, so you have to transition from one bar to another while spinning the cylinder. And finally, air walls. Again, time limit 1 minute 50, and only the top 75 will advance to stage 2. We have a bunch of new chatters. We have a few new chatters this time. We have 10 chatters this time. And they've been more condensed to the middle of the roster, so we can actually have more. Maybe more in the future. Hopefully more in the future. That'd be awesome. Anyway, let's begin this tournament of Omega with the first stage, Arcadia Resort. And yes, we do have nameplates this time. Kicking things off is car designer Naoyuki Araki. I'm pretty sure it's yet to be the cliffhanger in Sasuke. And I will try not to okay, he cleared. There we go. And since, as of recording this video, Sasuke 42 just aired yesterday. I'm gonna address that real quick. I will try not to spoil Sasuke 42 results, because that can be banned, and I really don't want that. But we're gonna keep going. Araki already cleared the first stage with over a dozen seconds to spare, so doesn't spell well for me. But we're gonna keep going. Former MMA fighter Jens Pulver, and I apologize in advance for any butcher pronunciations or incorrect flags, visual errors, any of that. They'll hopefully be fixed by the next tournament. Anyway, Jens Pulver is out on the rolling ascent. But now, number 3 is the fitness coach, Najee Richardson. And if you're watching the screen share on Discord, you won't be able to hear any audio, but it will be audible in the broadcast, which will hopefully be uploaded somewhere, or put in Ninja Masters. And if you're wondering where this is happening, you can join the Ninja Masters Discord. There's a lot of stuff is happening. Muso, Sharp Tank, all that stuff. Well, not Sharp Tank, but even Sasuke watch parties. It'd be awesome. We just had one last night for 42. Anyway, Najee Richardson, the Phoenix, is definitely going to stage 2. We'll see what French rock climber Théo Imberti can do. Not much. Okay. Next is NSC champion Nora Brown-John. Assuming NSC women's champion. Good. Ah! Oh! Just gasses out. Well, not even gasses out. Slips off the air walls. But good position comparatively. Nathan Haney, MMA fighter, from the United States. And he clears. It's our third clear of 6, maintaining a 50% clear rate. Nora Brown John is Canadian. My bad. I will hopefully fix that. I believe they're our second Canadian contestant, to my knowledge. Meanwhile, Isabella Folsom, an American college student, I think. And she does clear the first stage. Really need to buff that time limit. I mean, I say it every time. I apologize in advance for this pronunciation. Sports coach from France, Charles Houchard. I probably completely butchered that name, and I apologize. Good. I'm gonna have to pronounce it again, because going to stage 2. Christian Kutskis is a... Never mind! They're a regional sales manager from Germany, and they're also out on the angle swing. Benjamin Grams, parkour free running athlete from Germany. I pressed the enter on the wrong freaking thing. There we go. Benjamin Grams. And the goal isn't necessarily to beat the stage. Well, you want to beat the stage, but the main goal is to get as far as you can. Christian Kutskis. Nope. Benjamin Grams. Who's on the stage too. I'm not very good at this right now. Number 11. Japanese competitor, model and actress, Aya Asahina. Good so far. Inverted air walls, timed out. But very far. German architect Marius Holzinger. Never. Oh, they're out of the construction worker and civil engineer Linda Digby. I believe she's our first Swedish competitor. She's out on the cane sliders as well. Pretty much the same spot as Marius, but she got there faster, which is pretty surprising. Pretty good. Another Frenchman. Staff student, sports climber Brangelique. He fares in Arcadia Resort, and he clears with not as good of a time, but still clears regardless. And here's a big name, yet to be the cliffhanger thus far. Electronic store manager Masashi Hioki, member of the Morimoto Sedai, assuming. And he clears with just shy of 12.5 seconds. Pretty good shape so far. Is our first Swiss competitor, management consultant and actuary from Switzerland, Slajan Julabik. My bad. Moran is a female. Okay. That's my bad. Probably should... Getting info on these competitors. Getting info on some of these competitors is really hard. Ah! They're out on the air walls. Wait, they failed the air walls. That was close. Next, physical therapist Tyler Yamauchi. Abacus Bridge. I imagine that one's fairly difficult. We have a student, Hans Hutz. Walls got it. Fastest time so far. Oh, here's a big name. Yeah, he's one. Next, we have a design engineer and sports climber, the Lion, Solontisanas Dumosel. One of the biggest names in France in terms of ninjas, and he's out on the third obstacle. Oof. Thank you. Thank you, James. That'll hopefully be helpful. Countries and genders, yeah. What's also difficult is finding their occupations. Moving on to number 20, another student, Naxagarmore. This time I actually pronounced their name right. And the wall got it. Another very fast time. Number 21. We're into the 20s now. German rock climber Hannah Seibel. Do not mean to put it at 51, but down the rolling hill. Moving on to marketing specialist from the UK, I assume. Chris De Stefano. I may not upload this. This does have some inaccuracies. Air walls. Takes him out of it. Moving on to number 23, we're approaching the end of the first quarter of this roster. Up next is two-time A&W finalist Taylor Johnson. And air walls. Ah, nice. Another clear. Still uploaded. Let's see. Two-time NSC runner-up, Asa Reynolds. I pressed 15 on the wrong thing. Oops. Asa Reynolds. This is not going well. Air walls. Got it. We got 12 for 24, still maintaining a 50% clear rate. Next, personal trainer and dietitian, Violet Kepo. The ultraviolet ninja, and she's out on the first obstacle. Moving on to the second quarter, we're a quarter of the way through this roster. And we have another big name from France, climbing instructor Clément Gravier. Never mind. The rolling hill takes them out of it. Hyunho Kim. One of our first competitors, not our first, but one of our first competitors from South Korea. Hyunho Kim is a researcher. Looking good on the first stage so far. Looking good on time, and he clears the first stage. We have a South Korean in stage 2. Nice. Speaking of first, we have our first competitor from Denmark. Stig Bjerre Lindby. Our first competitor from Denmark is going to the second stage with the slowest time so far, but they still cleared, so that's pretty good. They're pretty gassed down on the air wall as well, but they cleared. They put themselves in a very good position early on. First competitor tonight from Israel, Kfir Atzmon, a Ninja Warrior Israel finalist. We've had multiple competitors from Israel over the past few tests. One of them's going to the second stage. And look at this. First of the chatters. And oh my god, look at this. We have badges on the nameplates now. I made some. We're actually using them. This orange one, Zai, is for chatters. For instance. This one, Kane Molden. First of the chatters. We have 10 this tournament, and they're out on the first obstacle. Oof. That is a yikes. But they got here. That's pretty good. There's always next week. And I'll try to have one of these every Thursday. So yeah, it'll be great. Yusuke Goto, a forestry agency staff member from Japan. Good. Inverted on the air walls. He made it before the klaxon even began to sound. And look at this. We have a Russian competitor here. Artem Petrakov. And they're out of the second obstacle. That is yikes. Almost a third of the way through this stage, through this roster. We have a WNL Tier 1 finalist, Bo Lewis. Good so far. Past Daikoko. And they clear with 12.21 seconds. Hey, oh, here's a big name. We have Japanese professional wrestling legend from AEW and NJPW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Minoru Suzuki. Oh, he's out on the first obstacle. Well, I mean, he is a celebrity. So that does tend to happen. The celebrity competitors. Still, that's a yikes. Ooh, look at this. We have a new chatter. Jonathan Raven. And they're out of the second obstacle. Oh, no. I feel bad for these chatters so far. But there'll be a lot more. The next competitor is actually from Germany. Aerospace design engineer Yassine El Azazi. Never mind, they're also out on the second obstacle. Jeremy Waters, a rapper in Ninja Machine. Celebrity? I don't know. Either way, they're going to the second stage. That's pretty freaking good. I mean, for a rapper, pretty good. Former professional baseball player Ian Kinsler. Celebrity? I don't know if it counts. Ah, inverted cylinder. They were looking pretty good on time, too. And on stamina. But, not too bad. On to 39. A science teacher, Rachel Dietz. That rapper ended up reaching nationals in ANW 14. Damn! I'm very uncultured in terms of just anything but Sasuke. Yeah, I apologize in advance if I don't know this stuff. I don't know a lot of these individuals. I've heard of this one, though. Science teacher, Rachel Dietz. Never mind, she's out on the first obstacle. Yikes. Oh, we have another chatter. Probably not his first appearance, if I recall correctly. Well, I mean, technically, but not in the text. Stephen Mole. Already last chatter standing from the results so far. Ah, inverted cylinder. Very good position, though, for the chatters. Repping chatters right. And by the way, in previous tests, we've had chatters get all the way to stage 5 of 8 of this course. Which is really freaking good. Because stage 5 is where it starts to get really hard. But anyway.
Hey, speak of which, here I am.
Oh, hi. I did not. I had streamer mode on, so I didn't hear they all come in. Hi. Actually recording this time. Hello.
Hey.
We have a cafe owner, Olivia Vivian, attempting the course next. And I will not be spoiling 42 results because I don't want to be in. Good on air walls, and she's on to the second stage. Really good so far. Almost halfway through this roster. We have a student, Josiah Pipel. Ah, cane sliders.
So, how are you? Callum?
I'm doing fairly well. Let's see what Tim Champion can do. Aircraft engineer. If I recall correctly, he is a champion of Ninja Warrior UK. And it shows he's going to the second stage with a decent time. WNL Tier 1 finalist Kai Diol. See how well they can do. How they fare against Arcadia Resort, and they clear the stage with another one of the best times. We're getting a lot of clears here, maintaining a 50% clear rate. Another chatter! Billy Dixon! I believe they're making their first appearance in this tournament. And there's our first chatter clear as well! Billy Dixon going on the stage too. Repping the chatters. And we have another big name member of the Shin Serai, silver accessories designer, Sasuke 23 finalist, Satoshi Kanno. And one of the most infamous moments in Sasuke where he did a course out on the spider flip, but going to the second stage. Good start. Here we go. We have a meteorologist, the weatherman Joe Moravsky. He had an entire show named after him at one point in the Ninja Masters at the Nintendo. But he clears the first stage. That's actually impressive. Oh, here we go. We have a competitor from Croatia. Croatian student Mecha Cortizano. See how well they fare against the Arcadia Resort. Daikako takes them out of it. Not good. Kaido's Canadian. British. Yeah. There's going to be a lot of inaccuracies. I apologize in advance for this. But I'll have the database to look at later, so that's good. Matthew Hall. Approaching the halfway point of this roster. Another Tier 1 finalist. Mecha's from the Philippines. Ah. This is hard. And we're above a 50% clear rate. Still. They just cleared stage 1. We have another chatter, Topaz Neo, rounding out the first half of this roster. Ah, Abacus Bridge. That one is hard, to be fair. That one looks very hard. I imagine it's hard. It's like the Cannonball or the Spin Bridge, but worse. Gymnastics coach Zach Stolz. Air walls. That's got to be one of the fastest times of the day. Easy. 26 for 51. Just shy of 24 seconds left. Very good start for the gymnastics coach. Speaking of someone who's a big name, Matthias Neurel. Assuming... if they're not French, I'm assuming they're German. And they clear with a very good time. Getting to the second half of this roster, so this is where things start to get pretty stacked. And considering this is potentially more stacked than the last roster, roster of the last test, I may be cooked here. Norel is indeed French. Thank you. Here we go. This is a first. We have a competitor from Basque. Which I recall correctly, is an isolated community somewhere in Spain. Irantzu Porres. And, oh, they're still going. Oh, it was close. She does move on to the second stage. Good start. Mai Watanabe from the Samurai Rock Orchestra. Good. Air walls. Close, but they're through. 29 for 54. Doesn't bode well for the people who didn't clear. Another chatter. Host of Sasuke Nitro. Mr. Nitro himself, Kyle Foley. Good. So far, not looking good on time. But they did get very far. For their first official run. I'm calling it that because it's just a tournament. Anyway. Very good run from Kyle Foley. Now we move on to Benjamin Morrison. We cannot find literally anything on. They're out on the Daikaku. It's from Kunoichi. Professional freerunner JJ Woods. And Walls, another clear. There we go. Another high schooler, Riley Porter. Ah, inverted cylinder. Cannot take a single one of these obstacles for granted. Each of them is hard in their own right. In different aspects. You have an attorney. It's probably a first. Brian Burkhart. Good. Back half. Got it. Oh, here we go. Another chatter.
And here comes me.
And he's here in the VC right now. Hopefully he does well. Donovan Lusser. Farthest he's gotten is the second stage, and it looks like he may get there again. Oh, close. But maybe good enough to get him into the second stage. Who knows? I mean, you literally timed out on the last segment of the stage, so you never know. And the top 75 will move on, so not all of them will be clears. Especially considering we have 31 so far. But will Michael Torres, carpenter and gym manager, make it 32 for 60 or 61? You will. Just above a 50% clear rate. Looking to add to that, ninja coach and fellow musician Brett Sims. Never mind, they're out of the second obstacle. And here we go, straight out of Poland. Personal trainer and dietitian Robert Bandos. You're right, Ninja Machine, that is not an integer. Blank is not an integer. You are, in fact, correct. Look at that! I'm halfway to building a checkerboard, wherever the heck that is.
I think that's a relic from the Bowl season 2024.
Ah. Well, he clears, making it 33 for 63, and we move on to Phil Folsom. A lot of clears so far. Approaching the mid-30s. Clears. Approaching the mid-60s. No! I ruined the checkerboard, but he cleared. Moving on to stage 2. Someone who's actually gone to stage 2 before. Host of Sasuke Divine wins and another chatter. The Shingo superfan, Emily Montague. Oh no! The second obstacle, the rolling hill. That is a yikes. For Emily Montague. But hey, there's always next week. Freerunner, parkour instructor, Flip Rodriguez. Approaching the last third of this roster. Oh, air rolls. He was looking good on time, too. Sports climber, root setter, Alexander Verm. By the time we get to stage 6, by the way, we'll be down to 10 people. Alexander Verm trying to assure he's one of them. Doing a good job so far. He's cleared the first stage, one of the fastest times. Ben Poulsen, music producer, videographer, from all the way down in Australia. He's making his way up the ranks, being the first stage. Ninja coach, Caleb Bergstrom. One of the many American competitors this far. And he's through to the second stage. Here's a big name. If you know Ninja Machine, you know who this man is. Creator of all things Ninja Machine. Former last Ninja standing in our tests. The founder, Alex Cunningham. Oh no! The Rolling Hill takes him out as well. What is going on? The Rolling Hill taking no prisoners. Alex Cunningham included. Jesus, what is going on with this course? Here's a big name. One of the first people to attempt the vertical limit burst, if I recall correctly. Not Alex Cunningham. Ryosuke Miyaoka. And he's through to the second stage with a fairly decent time. Tex Gallagher. Another WNL Tier 1 finalist. Air Walls, got it. Here's a big name. WNL champion and the youngest champion of the Sharp Tank in its history. First American to clear since season 1 as well. Former last ninja standing in one of my previous tests. Jackson Erdos. And he's out on the first obstacle. What the hell just happened? I'm sorry? I don't know how to explain that. Angle swing. Anyway, we're gonna move on from that. A&W finalist, Yara Boyd. I don't know how to feel about that. Oh god. Yara Boyd, meanwhile, moves on to the second stage, and here we have the last of the chatters for this tournament. The Faux Dragon, Kane Casillas. Otherwise known on YouTube as Kane Not Kosugi. And I believe, as of recording this highlight video is premiering right now. He's on to the second stage! Yes! Another chatter going to stage 2. We're on to the last quarter of this roster now. Started with Matthew Bowles, freediver from Australia. He's out on the inverted cylinder, but maybe good enough to get in the stage 2. We're 41 for 76. And here we go. Exterminator Tyler Smith. Oh god, it's been going on so long the music looped. It's a 30-minute loop. And he clears one of the fastest times. That checks out. Sports Clemmer, Max Prince. Good on time. Oh, the Airwolves. Always the last one. I don't know what it is. We have a competitor from Austria. Sports competitive climber Philip Goethe. Never mind, Cane Sliders takes him out of it. Getting into the 80s, Ninja Coach Austin Gray. Back half already. Very good time, I will say, as he gets to stage 2 with the other 42 competitors, who've done so. Here's another big name, decathlete, member of the Black Tigers, Yoshinori Issa. He's gone to the third stage a few times in Sasuke as of recently. And he clears the first stage with just under 20 seconds. Nate Hansen, business student from the United States. And he means business. He's going to stage 2 in one of the fastest times as well. Another big name golfer, Charlie Robbins. He did win a season of Sharp Tank, or an episode of Sharp Tank, technically, at one point. He didn't beat the course, but he won. And he beat the first stage as well. Cydia Paris, Ninja Warrior France, last woman standing. Air Walls. Not the best time, but a clear is a clear. You take those. Another Swiss competitor, sports climber, Marco Miura. Getting into the part of the roster where it gets really stacked. Marco Mueller clears the first stage. Jun Sato, parkour instructor. He's gonna have a field day on the stage. And he does! Damn! 21 and a half seconds left. He clears. We're about to have 50 clears. Jesus. High school student Gavin Obi, if I recall correctly, one of the last competitors standing in one of the more recent tournaments of Muso. Getting to the second stage. And he clears, he gets to the second stage here. If he can get to the second stage of Muso, he can damn sure get to the second stage here. Brett Strong, camp counselor from the United States. Good. In the back half. Got it. There we go. About to get into the 90s. Student, True Becker. I'm just getting word that Moran Jalik was not, in fact, the last woman standing in her season. No, Syria Paris, was not last woman standing in her season. It was Moran Jalik. It's my bad. Meanwhile, Trebecker's already out of it. And here we have a big name, if you're a fan of A&W. Two-time champion, the Texas Ninja, Vance Walker. Texas Ninja? What am I talking about? Texas Ninja. Vance Walker is on to the second stage. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time, you're about to see new nameplates. Specifically for our top 10 from the last test. Starting with WNL Tier 1 finalist, Jackson Van Sickle. And I have made one for the last few stages of this course. Van Sickle, back to the second stage. Hopefully joining him is rock climbing coach, Ilion Sharif. He's with 15-15. A pretty big name for himself as of recently. Air Walls, onto the second stage. Pretty good. Elijah Browning, entrepreneur. Good so far. Got it. And another big name. The rest of these are pretty big names anyway. If you get to stage 6, you're gonna be a big name. Worship leader, two-time A&W champion, the Kingdom Ninja, Daniel Gill. And he's out on the cane sliders. That is a shocker. And now we have another Austrian competitor. Parkour free-running athlete, Simon Brunner. Seems we've already gotten farther than Kingdom Ninja, and he's on to the second stage. We have another big name. I did say this roster is stacked. We have a student, former WNL champion, Jay Lachey Lewis. If any of these last few fail, it's gonna be absolutely shocking. One of the best times of the day. And nothing less from Jay Lachey Lewis. Taylor Subutol, WNL Tier 1 finalist. Made a name for themselves in the last tournament, and they're out on the third obstacle. That is a yikes. Meanwhile, stuntman at Universal Studios, Kyle Soderman. Also known as Soda Pop. In A&W. He's going on to the second stage. Tomas Ballet now. Sports climber, route setter. One of the only people to get to stage 7 in the previous 5 test runs. Definitely going to the second stage. And here, if you don't know this man, you don't know Sasuke. Two-time champion. The only finalist from any of our previous tests. He's an IDEX software engineer. 5-time finalist, tying the record for Nagano in 40. the Prince, Yusuke Sasuke-kun Morimoto. If he fails this stage, I think the whole world would be in shock. And of course, he clears it with probably the fastest time. So here we have our top 75. We have Araki, we have the Phoenix, Nora Brown John, Folsom, Huzade, Grams, Jalik, Hyoki, Yamauchi, Hertz, Garamore. How many chatters we got? Goto. We got Stephen Mole. He's moving on. Olivia Vivian, Tim Champion, of course. Billy Dixon's moving on. Kano, Moravsky, Zach Stoles, Noirel, Porres, Watanabe, Foley. This is moving on to the second stage. We have 3 chatters at the very least. JJ Woods, Riley Porter, Brian Burkott, and Donovan Lusher. Michael Torres, Robert Bandos, Phil Folsom, Rodriguez, Alexander Worm, Ben Polson, Bergstrom, Mialka, Gallagher, Boyd, Casillas is moving on. 4 chatters in the second stage. Matthew Bowles, Smith, Prince, Gray, Issa, Hanson, Robbins, Perrin, Mueller, Sato, Obi, Strong, Walker. And pretty much all of the top 10 except for Daniel Gill. And hold on 1 second. Taylor Chaputeau is also out of it. Whoop, didn't mean to show that. Oops. But yeah, we now move on to stage 2. First stage was a test of speed. The second stage will be a test of the mind. Your stage 2 of Omega is Mandrill Maze, consisting of 7 obstacles, no time limit, 4 of them mental-based obstacles. Parlay, Pole Maze, Alphabet Parlay, Rope Maze, Color Fusion, Neo Spider Walk, Hawkeye. Parlay essentially is a 2-digit math addition equation. Pole Maze is self-explanatory. Alphabet Parlay. What is... So, an example of this, what is 2 before G? It would be E in this case. That's essentially what that obstacle is. Rope Maze, self-explanatory. Color Fusion. An example of this, what is yellow plus blue? Green. Essentially what that is. Neo Spider Walk and Hawkeye. There's a wheel spinning with a bunch of letters and 1 number. You have to guess the number within 10 seconds. If you get it wrong or you run out of time, the trapdoor will open underneath you. You'll fall into the water. But if you get there anyway, you'll have gotten pretty freaking far. So with that in mind, we're going to kick off the second stage once again with number 1, Naoyuki Araki. This remix of Isolation. Here we go. How sharp are these competitors' minds? Naoyuki Araki is out on the Spider Walk, the Neo Spider Walk, I should say. The Phoenix, Najee Richardson. These competitors may be sharp physically, but how sharp are they mentally? Gotta be quick on these obstacles. You can't take them for granted. Nora Brown John. All the way back up. Out on the rope maze, Nathan Haney. Not had a clear thus far of the stage, and I believe the farthest Chatter has gotten is stage 5, the untimed section of stage 5. They once got the Faux Dragon, Kane Casillas, once got P11 on the score, which is very impressive, especially Isabella Folsom. How sharp is she? How sharp is her mind? Very sharp. First clear of the day, sharp. Carlos Pusade. Never mind. Ah, yes. The hardest obstacle in stage 2. Math. Benjamin Graham's now. Hawkeye, got it. Model and actress Aya Asahina. And again, I forgot to mention, only the top 50 will move on to stage 3. And she may be one of them, Morangelique now. She was the last woman standing in Ninja Warrior France. She's out of the alphabet barley anyway. That is a yikes. Even more so when I finally learned that fact. Masashi Hyoki. It's clear a cliffhanger in Sasuke, but how will he fare in Manjo Maze? And he may get a shot at Nemesis. Stage 3. A little hint for you there. Slajan Julabik. Say that because Hyoki cleared stage 2. Nice. Ah, color fusion. It's the first victim. I believe next is Tyler Yamauchi. Ah! Again, can't take these mental-based obstacles for granted. It's like how you can't take your mental obstacles for granted if you're watching this. Not meant to be a roast. Sorry. Hans Hertz. Also, kidding. You're awesome. If you're watching this, thank you. I appreciate it. Noxagarmore. Noxagarmore. Mispronounced their name again. And again, if you just skip to this point, I do apologize in advance for any mispronunciations, visual errors, any of that shit. Chris DiStefano, Noxagarmore, is on stage 2. And Chris DiStefano joined him. He joined the Phoenix. Join the Phoenix. It's out on Color Fusion. Not funny. Taylor Johnson. Here we go. Taylor Johnson versus Manjo Maze. How was everyone's Christmas, by the way? Mine was pretty good. How was everyone in chat's Christmas? Everyone was great.
Mine is good as well.
That's good. Also Reynolds. Alphabet Parlay. Yikes. Juno Kim. I hope everyone's Christmas was amazing. And I hope and if you don't celebrate it, I hope your day was just as awesome. Hawkeye takes out the lone South Korean competitor. The lone rep of South Korea, Stig Pierre Limby. Speaking of lone competitors, representing their Stig Pierre Limby, the only competitor, to my knowledge, in this tournament. From Denmark, not the only. One of two. But Denmark will be represented in stage 3. We'll be clear there. That's been great. Awesome. Pierre Otzman. Guy got it. Getting a lot of clears so far. Not a 50-50 clear rate, but close. Yusuke Goto now. Still have a few chatters left. 4 chatters still in the fray to breach the human horizon. Yusuke Goto may be one of the others. So Lewis trying to join the 9 that have beaten this stage thus far. Or 8, sorry. I literally read the 8 and said 9. Come on. Now it's 9. Jeremy Waters. Good. In the back half of the stage. Got it. Ian Kinsler. Former professional baseball player is out on Alphabet Parlay. Stephen Mole, one of the few chatters left. Probably fair in the mental gauntlet that is Manjo Maze. He clears it! We have a chatter in stage 3. But will Olivia Vivian be joining him? Trying to rep Australia right. And she does go into stage 3. We're repping the UK, Tim Champion. Trying to make like his namesake. Become our first champion. Really bad, I'm sorry. He does clear, though, going to stage 3. Kai Zeal now. Going to the back half. 14 for 28. She makes it 50-50. Billy Dixon. Another chatter. Ah, rope mace. That is a yikes. Not looking well for Billy Dixon at the moment, but good run. I believe that's their Omega debut. Someone who's no stranger to courses like this. In fact, he almost beat one at one point. Kano. He's out on the alphabet parlay. Understandable, the English alphabet is hard. The Weatherman, Joe Moravsky. Again, the English alphabet is hard. Mecha Cortesano, who's in fact not Croatian. Those on the server, make sure you give him chatter status next tournament. Thank you. I will hopefully be sure to do that. Matthew Hall. WNL Tier 1 finalist. I will be sure to give them the Zai badge later. Neo Spiderwalk. Bit of a difficult one, I will say. Zach Stolz. Still got a lot of big names left. A lot of them have yet to run, and the Spiderwalk takes another victim. Position comparatively. Matias Moirel. Yeah, I gotta bookmark that spreadsheet. That's gonna be helpful. Another clear, making it 15 for 35. It's Matias Moirel. Fransu Porres. One of, if not the only competitor in the world who hails from Basque. Out on the spider walk. But got very far, who knows? Mayu Watanabe. Ah! The English alphabet's hard. Also, has somebody made an official database or like a list of all the chatters in Ninja Machine? Because that would be really helpful for me right now, honestly. Because I want to get more chatters involved. It'd be awesome. Speaking of which, I did not mean to highlight all that. Oops.
It's Kyle.
Speaking of which, Kyle Foley, Mr. Nitro. Holy fairer than Mandro Maze.
And he also hosted Irish Warrior.
Mr. Nitro taking out on the rope maze. But who knows? I mean, we could. Well, we're getting a lot of clears regardless. Well, 50. We're getting at least a few chatters. But will Benjamin Morrison join them? And I will also say, like, anyone getting to the second stage is already really good. JJ Woods. The main goal is not to beat everyone else. The main goal is to beat the course. I can compile a list. Thank you! That'd be awesome! Riley Porter. Go on the back half, and we have clear number 18 of Mandro Maze. Brian Burkhardt. Brian Burkhardt. Makes it 19.
I failed it twice so far. Can it be the third time a charm?
Donovan Lester make it 20 for 43. Repping the chatters. No!
No!
The rope maze!
I found white maze again.
Ah! The rope maze. Unable to take revenge, but good run regardless. Second stage, again, that's still really good. Also, any chatter getting to the second stage is really good. You gotta be good to get far in this course. Or even make progress. It's still really good. Michael Torres. Still got a few chatters left as well. We'll see some chatters get far. Michael Torres out in alphabet parlay though. Roba Bendos, the lone rep of Poland, and he's out on the parlay. Math is hard, especially when we're on the time crunch. I typed in on the wrong application. Still Folsom. Phil Folsom once again proving the English alphabet is hard. While Kai Gills, another server I believe is known in the Roblox Ninja community is Kino Flame 1. Ooh. Noted. Flip Rodriguez. Good. In the back half. Might turn the music down a little bit. I tab out for a few seconds and we made it 20 clears. Look at that. Alexander Thumb.
Alphabet Party again.
Alphabet Parlay. Taking no prisoners today. The mental obstacles cannot be taken for granted. That's not even just a saying for this course. That's just a saying for life. Ben Poulsen. No, Hawkeye. Caleb Bergstrom. Oh, oh, yes! 21 for 50. He was named a big name for himself recently in terms of Sasuke. Ryosuke Miyaoka. Hawkeye, yes! Tex Gallagher, who's in fact not from the United States. Ah! Spider Walk. Yara Boyd. In the last quarter of the roster. That was quick. Yara Boyd's out on parlay. Math is hard. I love math. Math is great. It's also really hard. Especially when you're on a time crunch. So if you see people failing that...
The final chatter.
If you see people failing parlay, that's why. It used to also be tactical parlay as well, which is subtraction. But I changed that in form of favor of color fusion. Anyway, going on a tangent, last of the chatters, Kane Casillas, the faux dragon. One of my previous tests, he got all the way to P11 in stage 5. And he's going to stage 3 again. He's been making a name for himself recently, qualifying for a championship. And doing great. Matthew Bowles. By the way, I know I said it already, but if you haven't already, check out his highlights reel for this year. It's pretty good. Matthew Bowles. There's stage 2. Tyler Smith. One of the bigger names in terms of ninja competitions. And he's out on the Neo Spider-Man. One is fairly difficult. Max Prince. No. Make a name for himself in this particular course. He's out on the rope maze. That obstacle is hard. And it's not even the Viking version. It's the A&W version, which is supposedly easier. These obstacles are hard. No matter what difficulty they say they are on Course Creator, they can be difficult. Austin Gray does not demonstrate that. He does. Forgot to change to his nameplate. Well, this time, Black Tiger member Yoshinori Isa is out on the second obstacle. Nate Hansen. We're into the 80s now. And he's out on the parlay. Math is hard. Charlie Robbins. And back half, and of course he's through in a minute 32. Celia Perry. Celia Perry. She's going to stage 3. Marco Muda. Last of the Swiss competitors for tonight. Color fusion. Turquoise. Would be turquoise. Jun Sato. As someone who knows how to make overlays, color names can be hard.
Might race again.
Route Maze. Taking a lot of people out. Gavin Obi. Name for himself. Okay. Paul Mays. That was quick. Brett Strong. Counselor. Hawkeye got it. Here we go. The Texas Ninja Vance Walker. Never mind. Alphabet Parlay takes him out of the equation. Maybe even out of the tournament. Really hoping not, because that'd suck for Vance. Jackson Van Sickle, meanwhile, trying to get back to stage 6. He's around a third of the way there. He's beaten stage 2. He's also trying to get back to stage 6. Idion Sharif. And he may not even get there. He's out on Alphabet Parlay. He lost another one of our top 10 in the last tournament, last test. Elijah Browning. And if you're wondering why these nameplates are different, these are the top 10 from the last test run. Elijah Browning trying to maintain his position in the top 10. Simon Brunner trying to do so as well. Stay in this thing for as long as he possibly can. He's going to stage 3 as well. Jay Lachey Lewis won his world championship on the cheese wheels, cheese wedges. Going to stage 3. Will Kyle Soderman join him? Soda Pop get to stage 3. Pops off a little bit. But Hawkeye takes him out. One of only 2 people to get to stage 7 last tournament. Thomas Belay. And this is an 8-stage course. So if you get past stage 4, you've only gone through half the battle. Belay's through. Finally, our only finalist in any of the test runs that we've done. Yusuke Morimoto, the Prince. 2-time Sasuke champion. I really don't want to build him up and see him fail Hawkeye or something. But he doesn't. He's on a stage 3, and we have our top 50. Let's see what we got. Araki, Brown John, Haney, Folsom, Grams, Aya, Hioki, Slatan, Hertz, Garamore, Stefano Johnson, Kim Bielimbi, Otsman, Goto, Lewis, Waters, Mo, One Chatter, Vivian, Champion, Joel, Hall, Stoles, Norrell, Porres, Morrison, Woods, Porter, Burkhardt, Rodriguez. I got the D and the F in his first name confused. Poulsen, Bergstrom, Mioka, Gallagher, Casillas. 2 Chatters in stage 3. Bowles, Smith, Gray, Robbins, Paris, Paris, Mueller, Strong, Van Sickle, Browning, Brunner, Lewis, Soderman, Ballet, Yusuke.
Yeah, I think I'm out again.
We did lose a few competitors, but if you get to stage 2, Still pretty good. But we now move on to stage 3. You all might want to get some coats. It's about to get cold in here. Stage 3 is Glacial Spire, the first of the upper body stages. Consisting of 6 obstacles, no time limit for obvious reasons. Arm rings from Sasuke. Floating stairs. Stalactites from A&W. Cliftagon, first of the cliffhanger-based obstacles. Essentially, you're rolling an obstacle-shaped cliffhanger ledge on a track. Have to get to the other side. A lot harder than it looks. Probably not the last time you'll see it. Hang climbing from Sasuke. Pipe slider from Sasuke. And it's only one track this time, so it's a more recent version. Only the top 35 will move on to stage 4. We'll be one stage away from getting to the back half of this course. Starting once again with Naoyuki Araki. Our number 1 still remains in this tournament. And he will be... No, he won't be our first clear. Pipe slider. Not to be underestimated. We've seen a lot of people fail. We've seen Takeda fail at one point. And Sasuke. Nora Brown John. That would be one of his best results. We'll be down to 35 competitors by the end of the stage. Nora Brown John, our first clear in stage 3 of the day. Nice work so far. But will Nathan Haney be joining her in stage 4? Probably not. He fails the stalactites. Araki's likely to join there. Haney, potentially not. Isabella Folsom. Never mind. She's out of the arm rings. But stage 3 is pretty good. Either way, slice it. Benjamin Grams. Getting into the double digits now. We are 1 for 2 for 5 in stage 3 so far. Benjamin Graham's our next clear. Aya Asahina. Whoops. I really need to start using Alt-Tab instead of just clicking on my taskbar. Oh, kind of low on stamina. Don't need a lot of it. Pipe slider. Got it. Holy crap, that's stamina. 1.75%. I don't know why you need to refresh stamina. You've already beaten the course. That needs to be fixed. Potentially, I don't know. I'm assuming that's a bug. Masashi Hyoki. He's yet to clear a 3rd stage so far, or an upper body stage, I mean. Will he clear this one? Will he fail the Cliftagon? No, he won't! Ah! Pipe slider. Look good on stamina, too. You have to clear an upper body stage so far, but in a great position, comparatively speaking. And move on to one of the only Swiss competitors in this tournament. Slajan Julabic. Pronunciations are hard. I'm gonna have to learn his name. He just made our clear rate. I can't talk today. 50%. Hans Hertz. Good so far. And 5 for 9. Above 50% again. This roster is stacked. What is going on? Even more stacked than the last one. I keep minimizing my tabs. Why did I do that? Move on to Noxa Garmore. Garmore. Keep And if you're somehow watching this and I mispronounce your name, I apologize. Sumimasen deshita, etc. Noxa Garmore clears the 3rd stage. Although it would be a lot bigger deal if it was Sasuke. But this is an 8th stage course. Still got a long way to go. Chris De Stefano. stalactites. Tends to take out a lot of people. Even big names fall into this obstacle, if I recall correctly. Taylor Johnson. Good so far. Back half. Dismounts. 7 for 12. Let me turn the music down a little bit. Hyunho Kim. Stefano was low on stamina too. And got it. 8 for 13. Jesus. Sigbjerg Limby. One of the only competitors from Denmark in this tournament. Back half. Pipe slider. Got it. I had 5 fails. Jesus. I may be cooked here. Kfir Utsman. I may actually be cooked. I mean, no matter who gets far, I'm definitely in trouble. 10 for 15. We're at a 2 for 3 clear ratio. Yusuke Goto could make it 11 for 16 right now, but he won't. He fails on the floating stairs. Bo Lewis, I may need to either make the roster less stacked or buff a lot of stuff. Bo Lewis, meanwhile, try to make it 11 for 16. And they will not. Dismount of the pipe slider cannot be underestimated. Seem to just be a visual blood? Yes. Confirmed OT? Yes. That is interesting. Jeremy Waters. Never mind. Another arm rings fail. That is a yikes. First of the chatter so far. Or that remain anyway. Stage 3, Stephen Mole. We have never had a chatter get to the top 10. Cliffigon takes out first of the chatter, Stephen Mole. Pretty good. Though. For a chatter anyway. Yeah, we've never seen a chatter get to stage 6. I would love to see that someday. I keep minimizing my tabs. Why do I do that? Olivia Vivian. Trying to rep Australia. She repped Australia in the Sasuke World Cup. And she's out on the pipe slider. She looked pretty good on stamina, but she might have slipped or something, or pulled a Yuji in 37, I think it was? Or 36. One of those two. Tim Champion. The biggest names in terms of British competitors. And he's out of the dismount. But maybe enough to get him in the stage 4. I mean, probably will, but considering the amount of clears we've gotten so far, it may be a tight cutoff. Kai Deal, though. Stalactites. That obstacle is hard. Matthew Hall. Although considering the amount of clears we've been getting in this stage, and just in general, may need to keep that. Definitely keeping the pipe slider because it's taking out a lot of people. Jesus. Zach Stolz. Around halfway through the roster now. We're into the 50s. Back half pipe slider. Yes. 11 for 24. Definitely going to stage 4. Oops. Went to the wrong person. Matthias Neurel. Stalactites again. Jesus. The question is, will the cutoff be stalactites or will it be something before or after that point? For all we know, it could be the Cliffigon. Uransu Porres. Will the lone representative? No, they won't. I didn't even get to finish half of that sentence. Arm rings. Taking out quite a few people. Just like that, the lone representative of Basque is out of the equation. Benjamin Morrison. Back half. Hang climbing. That is, I imagine, comparatively speaking, a stamina drainer. JJ Woods. Okay, never mind. It's another fail in the arm rings. 2 fails on the arm rings in the last 3 runs. Riley Porter trying not to. Another one! What is going on? Where are we at now? How many clears do we have? I'm confused. Brian Burkhart. Getting a lot of. Thank you. Aha! 3.2. I think that's the first fail we've seen of that this tournament. And in a while, actually. Jesus. Floating stairs. Cannot take a single one of these obstacles for granted. They could destroy you. Especially in the later half of this course. Flip Rodriguez. Stalactites. Probably the ninja killer of the stage. It's not the pipe slider for some reason. Ben Polson. For some reason, half of the people who even get to the pipe slider fail it. And Ben Polson clearly demonstrated that. But maybe enough to get him to stage 4. Who knows? Caleb Bergstrom. Trying to make it 12 clears. Finally, we get another clear after a huge fail streak. Caleb Bergstrom makes it 12 for 33. I believe we are more than 2/3 of the way through the stage. Moving on to Ryosuke Miyaoka. Alright, to clear my throat. Kind of surprising that that's not the first fail of the pipe slider track we've seen today. But, good run. Maybe enough. Tex Gallagher. Who is, in fact, not from the United States. And he's out of the arm rings. I tap away for 5 seconds. Cain Casillas, last of the chatters and former last chatter standing, did not fail the arm rings, but he failed the floating stairs. Oh, no. Will that be it for the chatters? I don't know. Is there any left? Matthew Bowles. But still, stage 3 is good. Pipe slider, yes! 13 for 37. For the last half of the roster, at least, for the late 70s, Tyler Smith. I wonder if it would be possible to get a competitor of each age. It'd be freaking hard. 14 for 38, Austin Gray now. Trying to make it 15 for 39. Thankfully, we're not going to get a 50% clear rate, because that'd be stupid. On the 3rd stage, come on. 15 for 39, Austin Gray. Charlie Robbins. The golfer. I don't know if I doubt he's actually got that. Oh, no! That is a yikes for Charlie Robbins. Out on 3.2. I don't know why we're suddenly getting fails on that now. It's a somewhat difficult obstacle. One of the easier ones at that stage. But still, that is a big oof. Sia Paris. Trying to become the last woman standing. And she's doing a pretty good job. Got to the dismount of the pipe slider. Didn't make the jump, but probably enough to get to the 4th stage. That's the thing with this course. The farther you get, the more likely you are to get into the next stage. And progress further. And another shot. Marco Mueller. Last of the Swiss competitors. Trying to rep Switzerland, and he does. 16-14. 16-42. What am I talking about? Brett Strong. Down to the last several runs now. Brett Strong trying to make it 17. He does. We're into the top 10 now. Jackson Van Sickle. First rep number 91. And he's through to stage 4. With about a third of his stamina. Damn it, I closed my tabs again. Elijah Browning. Back half. Looking good. Dismount. Yes! Making it 19. Simon Brunner. Sorry, Simon Brunner. Can make it 20. Make sure I roll my R's there. Back half. Hang climbing. Dismount. No! Pipe sliders not to be underestimated. Even if it is just one track. Jay Lachey Lewis. Oh no! The arm rings takes out a WNL champion. Jay Lewis is out of the equation. That is a shocker. Meanwhile, Kyle Soderman not only gets to the back half, but he makes it 20 for 48. Las Palais, one of the only semifinalists in this competition, is out on hang climbing, but probably enough to get into stage 4. If this man fails this stage, I think the whole world would go into shock. Yusuke Morimoto. And the Prince makes it 21 for 50, and we have our top 35. Alright, some chatters. Let's see. Araki, Brown John, Grams, Asahina, Hyoki moves on. Finally gets past the upper body stage. Julabik, Hertz, Garamore, Johnson, Kim, Bialimbi, Atzman, Lewis, Mull, we have a chatter. Vivian, Champion, Hall, Stolz, Neurel, Morrison, Polson, Bergstrom, Miyaoka, Bowles, Tyler Smith, Gray, Paris, Mueller, Strong, Van Sickle, Browning, Brunner, Soderman, Ballet, Yusuke. Which means, I can freaking find his name, Stephen Moe is the last chatter standing. We now move on to stage 4. It's getting a little bit warmer, but I want to get your raincoats on. Stage 4, Safari Stride. 6 obstacles, another speed-based stage. 1 minute 40 time limit. Snake Run, Animal Kingdom, Flying Squirrel, Ascending Lily Pads, Rope Jungle, Island Escape. And only the top 20 will make their way into the back half of this course. With that in mind, we are down to our top 35. We are going to kick off stage 4 once again with Naoyuki Araki, member of the Morimoto Serai, our number 1 still remaining in this tournament. And he makes it 1 for 1 for the first time since probably stage 1. Naoyuki Araki, that is a sight to see. 1 for 1 clear rate. Probably one of the only times we'll see that. Nora Brown John. I went to the wrong person. Oops. Way past him. Nora Brown John. Never mind. Snake Run. Really can't underestimate any of these obstacles. Benjamin Grahams, meanwhile, trying not to make the same mistake, and he doesn't. If I recall correctly from the previous tests, the killers of the stage tend to be the Animal Kingdom and Sending Lily Pads, apparently. It makes it 2 for 3. Aya Asahina. She demonstrates why Animal Kingdom is freaking hard for some reason. Masashi Hioki. Again on Animal Kingdom. Oof. Back out of this course is what really starts to get freaking hard. Lajan Julabik. Rope Jungle. I forgot to change his nameplate. Hans Hertz. And he makes it 3 for 7. Knocks Agaramore. Good. Yes. Bringing it back up to 50%. Taylor Johnson. Trying to make it 5. And he will not. Sending Lily Pads takes him out. But will Hyunho Kim, the lone South Korean competitor, pull that off? He will not. Animal Kingdom also takes him out. Stig Pierre Linby. And I believe with that, we may have just lost our only South Korean competitor in this tournament. Stig Pierre Linby, though. Wow, that was close. First sub 1 clear. Just over half a second left. Fear Atzman. Good. Right as the klaxon started to sound. Bo Lewis. Atzman takes it back up to 50%. And Bo Lewis takes it right back below 50%. Animal Kingdom takes them out of the equation. Last chatter standing. Stephen Mole. How much farther can he possibly go? Animal Kingdom. Finally, the last of the chatters is most likely out of it. But, good run for Stephen Mole. Olivia Vivian. Trying to go last woman standing. Fails the last obstacle, but good run. Might be enough to get her in the stage 5. Damn champion. Keep in mind, this is the last stage in the first half of this course. Still 4 more to go after this, that the remaining competitors will have to beat if they want to become a champion. Speaking of which, Tim Champion gets to the back half. Good on him. Matthew Hall. Trying to join them and make it 8 for 17. Finally got the numbers right. And he will not rope jungle. Zach Stolz. Ascending Lily Pads. Takes his next victim. Matthias Neurel now. Never mind. Animal Kingdom. If you fell in the Animal Kingdom, you're probably out. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell where the cutoff is. Benjamin Morrison. It really depends on where the cutoff is. 8 for 20. Ben Polson remains in play here. I think I went past him again. No, I didn't. Okay. Ben Polson. Fellow music producer. And he's on the stage 5. Caleb Bergstrom. Good so far. Can he make it 10? He will! 10 for 22. Ryosuke Miyaoka. Trying to make a name for himself here. And he does. He's in the top 20 at the very least. If you get past this stage, you're in the top 20. It's kind of how math works. Matthew Bowles. Good so far. Ascending lily pads. Tyler Smith. And Animal Kingdom takes him out. That is a shocker if I've ever seen one. But now Austin Gray. And he makes it 12 for 26, approaching 50% again. The cutoff getting tighter and tighter. Celia Prix. Should make it 13. Close? Yes! Marco Mueller. Never mind. Brett Strong. Good so far. Can he get past the stage? Though he can. Into, well, what's left of the top 10. Jackson Van Sickle. Ascending lily pads. Finally takes him down. Could be enough depending on the cutoff, but Elijah Browning. Can he get any farther? He will. Just under 20 seconds left. Simon Brunner. One of the best to come from Austria. And he's through with one of the better times so far. Kyle Soderman. All over the place with those new guys. And he's through. Thomas Palais. One of our only semifinalists in this competition. And he joins the other 33, or 18, sorry, in the back half of the stage. Yusuke Morimoto can make it 19 out of 20, meaning that only one person the only person who could possibly make it into the stage besides the other 19 clears is someone who failed Island Escape. Unless Yusuke somehow fails here. But he will not, and we have our top 20. Going into the back half of this course is Araki, Grams, Hertz, Germore, got his name wrong again. Pierre Limby, Ottman, Vivian, Champion, Morrison, Polson, Bergstrom, Miaoka, Gray, Paris, got her name right, Strong, Browning, Bruna, Soderman, Ballet, and of course, Yusuke. I believe that we have at least two female competitors remaining, Olivia Vivian and Celia Perry, still in the fight to be the last woman standing. And we lost our last chatter, Stephen Mole, but they are the last chatter standing. They do get their own exclusive badge, which is awesome. Because content. The fight for the last woman standing continues. Olivia Vivian, also the only person to not clear the course and make it into the back half of this. Not clear the stage, I mean, and get to the back half of this course. Make it stage 5. Everyone else cleared. Spells bad news for everyone else. But meanwhile, we're halfway through this course. You know what that means. The 4 realms have been conquered. And now, we're going to space. It's Forsaken Satellite. Consisting of 11 obstacles. 1 time section, 1 untimed section. Starting with Terra. Mega TIE Fighter. Used to be V formation, has been replaced with Volcano. A scrapped obstacle from a sharp, no, not the sharp name, Proto Sasuke. What the heck am I talking about? Escalator, Lunar Launch, Minefield, one of the killers of the stage, and Alcatraz Escape. Then we go on to Jovian. Only top 15 will move on to Jovian. 5 eliminations there. Jovian consists of 5 upper body obstacles, untimed for obvious reasons. Jumping stairs, sky hooks, upwinder, nail clipper roulette, and planet 11. Finally, the 11th and final obstacle of the stage. Only the top 10 will move on to stage 6. They will be thrown to the wolves. And it'll be absolutely insane to see how far they get. But one stage to go before they get there. They must face Forsaken Satellite, starting with Naoyuki Araki, our number 1, still remains in this competition. How much longer will he last? He's out on Esqualator. There will only be 5 eliminations. That may be it for our number 1. He's definitely made a name for himself. Benjamin Grams. Minefield. If there's any obstacle that tends to be a killer of the stage other than V formation, which used to be in the stage until it got replaced with Volcano. V formation was a big killer, but so is the minefield. So we may see a lot of fails there. Hans Hertz, meanwhile. If anyone clears both segments of the stage, because untimed segments are not yet in the public version of Ninja Machine, if they clear both segments, they also get an extra prize, which I've not decided yet. Somewhere in 6 figures. Maybe high-end 5 figures. Noxagaramore. Lunar Launch. Wait, how are we seeing fails of Lunar Launch? That's actually surprising. 2 in a row is a bit of an oof. Stig, Pierre, Linby. I believe they were the last of the competitors from... Okay, what is going on with Lunar Launch? How is everyone failing it? Except for Araki. Ooh, I mean, I don't know. Fear Atzman. He failed a Lunar Launch. They will! What is happening? Olivia Vivian, still in the fight to be the last woman standing. And she beats the Lunar Launch. And she beats the course. I mean, the stage. Or the segment. The segment of the stage. She beats Terra. First to do so tonight. We are 1 for 7. Yeah, as I said earlier, this is where it really starts to get freaking hard. The later few stages in particular are balls hard. Tim Champion makes it 25% clear rate. 2 for 8. How do we get so many fails on Lunar Launch? Either way, that does not spell well for Araki unless somehow 5 people end up failing either Mega TIE Fighter or Volcano. Doesn't seem likely when this roster is this stacked as it is. Benjamin Morrison. I mean, I just said... Araki needs 4 more people to fail Mega TIE Fighter in order to stay in this thing, but Benjamin Morrison failing Mega TIE Fighter is a yikes. Does not spell well for him. Meanwhile, we have Ben Paulson. Trying to rep Australia. Making it 3 for 10. 30%, Caleb Bergstrom. Trying to make it 4. He does. Ryosuke Miyaoka. He makes 5 for 12. We had a bit of a fail streak on Lunar Launch, and now we have a clear streak. What is happening? This tournament has been a bloodbath. Austin Gray. Austin Gray. Trying to make a name for himself. Okay, everyone's clearing with more than 30 seconds left. Except for Tim Champion and Olivia Vivian, but still. Celia Paris. If she does not get farther than Olivia Vivian did, which I believe is a clear. If she does not clear this, well, if she fails this stage, then Olivia Vivian may be the last woman standing, but not looking likely, and she's through as well. Fight for LWS continues. Brett Strong. Can we make it 8 for 15? Okay, we started with a fail streak, and now we're ending with a bloodbath. What is happening right now? Eliza Browning. We're about to get even more clears, I think. Does not spell well for Naoyuki Araki. Eliza Browning making it 16 for 9. I definitely gotta buff this time limit, because this is ridiculous. Simon Brunner. Can he make it 10? Can he make it double digits? He can. Soderman. How much farther can Sody Pop get? Lunar Launch. Another one of those. The streak ends. Thomas Ballet. The semifinalists get back to stage 6. We'll get back to Jovian. He does. Can Yusuke Morimoto make it 12? Most likely he will, but I'm sorry? Wait, he's out on Esqualator, and he's out of the tournament. What the hell just happened? Yusuke Morimoto is out on stage 5. That's probably the biggest shocker of them all.
Fucking shocker. Wow.
We have our top 15. Benjamin Grams, Nox Garamore, Atman, Vivian, Champion, Poulsen, Bergstrom, Miyoka, Gray, Pri, Strong, Browning, Brunner, Soderman, Ballet, and no Yusuke. And once again, the fight for last woman standing continues into Jovian. We have our top 15, and there will only be 5 more eliminations after this stage. Benjamin Grams hoping to not be one of them. That consists of the Jai hooks? What the hell am I talking about? Jumping bars, sky hooks, which Benjamin Grams unfortunately failed. Upwinder, Nail Clipper Roulette, and Planet 11, Noxa Garamore. P1 already. NCR now. Nail Clipper Roulette. Planet 11. And he gets to stage 6. This is the full clear. No, it's not. But gets to stage 6. Once he gets there, he's all on his own. No safety net to save him after that. Fear Otsman. Well, it's probably going to be safety precautions for legal reasons. But other than that, Fear Otsman is out on the Upwinder. Olivia Vivian. Can we have a female competitor in stage 6? Good so far. She gets to NCR. Will she be our first clear in Jovian? P11. Yes. And Olivia Vivian has full cleared for Forsaken Satellite. Tim Champion will not be joining her. And may be out of it for all we know, but that is a yikes for him. Bit of a shocker, I will say. Ben Poulsen. Trying to get into the top 10. May not. Upwinder takes him out of it. Caleb Bergstrom. Onto the Upwinder, into the back half of the stage. Sorry, the segment. P11. Trying not to get into P11. He fails P11. I'm gonna feel real bad for whoever gets P11 here. Ryosuke Miyaoka. And he might just be out of it. Jumping bars, the literal first jump of this segment. Austin Gray. Austin Gray trying to stay in this thing. Number 4 done. NCR. Planet 11 to make it another clear. He does. Celia Paris. In order to assure herself in the spot in the top 10 to keep her fight for the last woman standing going, she must clear Jovian. If she does not, the title will go to Olivia Vivian. And just like that, she's out on skyhooks. That may be enough to keep her out of stage 6. We'll have to see. Brett Strong. Only a few runners left before we get into the utter pandemonium that is the last few stages. NCR now. P11. Can he make it 4 clears? In Jovian, he will. Elijah Browning. Trying to make it 5. And he will not. The Upwinder. Simon Brunner. The last remaining Austrian. And that may be it for him. Another jumping bars failed. Kyle Soderman. Can Sody pop off? Get to stage 6. P11. No, just short. Maybe enough though. Tomas Ballet now. Last runner in stage 5. And he's out on jumping bars as well. We have our top 10, ladies and gentlemen. Noxa Garamore, Kfir Atzman, Olivia Vivian is the last woman standing. Tim Champion, Ben Polson, Caleb Bergstrom, Austin Gray, Brett Strong, Elijah Browning, and Kyle Soderman. And from here on out, there will be no more eliminations, and this is where shit gets crazy. So at this point, the competitors who have gotten this far have already conquered the 4 realms, and they've conquered space. So my question is, what could possibly be more difficult than conquering space? What could be after life, the universe, after everything? My answer to you, that question, sorry, is the afterlife. Stage 6 is Paradise Falls. Last of the upper body stages. In order to get to stage 7, you must clear an upper body gauntlet consisting of 8 obstacles. And they are as follows. Serving as the indicator, giant steps. Exactly what it sounds like. Apex of monkey. Monkey bars, but they get steeper as you go further into them. The Lamp Grasper, specifically from Sasuke, not from A&W. V formation, if you're wondering where that went, here it is. Glorious Glyptogons of Destiny. Remember the Glyptogons from earlier in stage 3. Now there's 2 of them, with a crazy jump in the middle. Extremely difficult. Moving on to the back half, we have Traffic Jam, the intended version. The Cloud Ladder from Proto Sasuke. And finally, straight from Viking. I've wanted to end the stage with this for so long. The Heartbreaker. The predecessor of the Spider Flip. 3 vertical boards, 2 horizontal boards, and a 2.2 meter jump. I need to clarify something. Earlier I said that in order to get to stage 7, you must complete an upper body gauntlet. I didn't say there was just one. No more eliminations from this point on, which means no more holding back. This means that the competitors that remain have a decision to make. And that is a taste of heaven or a taste of hell. Stage 6 is Paradise Falls or Devil's Den. A few changes from the last test run, but it consists of 8 obstacles, no time limit for obvious reasons. Serving as the indicator, Atlas Stone. Self-explanatory. Doorknob Delta. A mashup of the Doorknob Grasper and the Rumbling Dice. Which is also shaped like a triangle, hence the name Doorknob Delta. Devil Books. You must navigate through several book-shaped holes while only using your hands. Replacing Dragon Bag is Deja Vu. Sounds very difficult. It is very difficult. Your 6.5B, long freaking name, Edge of Dreams, specifically the 2022 version. 1 vertical limit ledge. Moving on to the back half is the dungeon and the I-beam flip. Because you know we had to have a freaking spider flip based obstacle there. And finally, the final ring, specifically the version from Sasuke 21, one that doesn't glide, one that was attempted by Nagano and swiftly failed. So ladies and gentlemen, this is your stage 6. After 5 brutal stages, we have come down to just 10. It only gets worse from here. Their options are a taste of heaven or a taste of hell. Pleasure or pain. Divinity or death. This is your stage 6, Paradise Falls, Devil's Den. For those who remain, good luck. And I timed it perfectly with the music. We have our top 10. How many, if any, will get to stage 7 and conquer the afterlife? Be 1/4 of the course away from reaching the human horizon. It's time to find out. We're a few minutes away from seeing it before our very eyes. Our first competitor to face the afterlife. Not literally. Noxagaramore. Wish him the best of luck. This obstacle, whichever stage he's taking on, will be indicated by either the giant steps or the Atlas Stone. Here we go. Stage 6 is now commenced. He is taking on Paradise Falls. Paradise Falls has only been beaten a few times in the first few test runs that we ended up doing. Kicking things off is the Apex of Monkey. Past that, onto the Lamp Grasper. This is the one from Sasuke, not the one from A&W. Because the one from A&W is supposedly harder. Because it is slanted upwards. That's a Garamore. Trying to become the 6th semi-finalist in the history of this competition. The first in an official tournament. Past the Lamp Grasper. V formation. This is the replacement for the vertical junction. It used to be in Forsaken Satellite, in Terra actually, but it was replaced with Volcano because this obstacle is freaking hard and it took out a lot of people. It seems to have beaten it, and there is a break after every obstacle in this stage, and in Devil's Den. On to Glorious Kleptagons of Destiny, or as I like to call it, G-Cod. He be the first to get to the back half of this stage in an official tournament. Gotta do a crazy jump to the second Kleptagon. Got it. One Kleptagon away from the back half. Noxagaramore. Making a big name for himself here. One Kleptagon left. Looking awesome on stamina. possibly clear G-Cod. One Calypticon away. He does! He's on to the back half. Noxa Garamore. 3 obstacles away from stage 7. Traffic jam. This is the intended version, but he fails the traffic jam. And just like that, we're down to just 9. Noxa Garamore is out of the equation. But we move on to another big name, making a big name for himself anyway. Kfir Atzman. Last competitor remaining from Israel. Can he possibly get farther tonight? Certainly farther than anyone from Israel, and I believe he's taking on Devil's Den. Oops. And he is the Devil's Den. Next obstacle is the Doorknob Delta. Really going on stamina. Noxa Garamore does hold the lead. In order to take the lead from him, Kfir Atzman must complete at least the dungeon in order to take the lead from Noxa Garamore. Garamore. This is what it all comes down to. It's through Doorknob Delta onto the Devil Books. This is what it all comes down to. After 5 stages, we're down to 10 competitors remaining. Barely anybody has gotten to stage 7. In fact, I believe only 5 people have done so. One person has done so twice. He's not here. Devil Books. Done. He's on to Deja Vu, the first to face this obstacle. New addition is the replacement of Dragonback. Past Devil Books, Deja Vu is a very difficult obstacle. Good on stamina. If I recall correctly, Deja Vu is freaking hard. To be fair, so was Dragonback. And if you're wondering, Edge of Dreams is the replacement for Big Red. Speaking of which, he's past Deja Vu, he's on to Edge of Dreams. This is the 2022 version, and he clears it! He's on to the back half! That was quick! Kfir Atzman. Could he be the one to get to stage 7? The last Israeli standing. In order to take the lead from Noxa Garamore, he's got to get past the dungeon. And he does. He's onto the I-beam flip. 6.7B, 2 obstacles away from the penultimate stage of this course. He does take the lead from Noxa Garamore. Noxa now in second. Potential silver if nobody gets farther. Now for the jump. Kfir Atzman. Made a big name for himself. He's come out of nowhere. And he's beaten the I-beam flip. Not really, but still got 1 I-beam left. He may have just beaten the I-beam flip. Unless it gets down on this beam. Still got a beam left, and then the final ring. He's on 6.7 already. He does! He's on to the final ring! 1 obstacle away from stage 7. He would be the 6th person to do so in any of these test runs. Just the final ring left. He's looking great on stamina. Kfir Atzman. A finalist of Ninja Warrior Israel is going for the dismount on Devil's Den. Can he pull it off? And be the first to get to stage 7 in the official tournament. No, he doesn't! Oh, no! The dismount of the final ring finally takes him out of the equation. That was unfreaking believable. Kfir Atzman. Definitely takes the lead from Nox Garamore, but God, that is a heartbreaker. But we now move on to the last woman standing. Olivia Vivian now takes on stage 6. Kfir Atzman, definitely first place though. And Vivian's taking on Paradise Falls. I think this is the first time a female competitor has gone to stage 6, if I recall correctly. I may be wrong. The first time in the official tournament. Olivia Vivian's past Apex of Monkeys. She now faces Lamp Grasper. Come on, Olivia. The last of the female competitors. How will she fare in Paradise Falls? This is where it really gets hard. Lamp Grasper, she's through that. She now faces the V formation. Olivia Vivian. No! And the last woman standing is out on V formation. She definitely made a name for herself. She may be back in the next tournament. But now, we move on to aircraft engineer Tim Champion. Trying to make a name for himself as the first champion of Omega, and I believe he's taking on Devil's Den. I think he is Devil's Den. I'll change the overlay real quick. And holy crap, there's a lot. There's 8 stages, yes. And we're on stage 6. Nobody's beaten stage 8. Only one person's even gotten to it. And he's not here. And of course it was Yusuke. 6.2B is Doorknob Delta. He's passed through that. He now moves on to Devil Books. Still got a long way to go. This is the part that I'm always excited for. Stage 6 and onwards is insanely hard. And he's out on Devil Books. Tim Champion is out of the equation. And ladies and gentlemen, that means we are down to 6, I believe. 6. Around halfway through this stage. No clears yet. Kfir Atzman still in first place. I believe Nox Garamore is still in second. I believe Olivia Vivian and Tim Champion are tied for third. Now we move on to Ben Polson. Fellow music producer. Big name in Australian Ninja scene. what I was trying to say. And I believe he's also facing Devil's Den. He is. Past the Atlas Stone. He moves on to Doorknob Delta. Ooh, I'm nervous. This is always my favorite part of these tournaments. Stage 6 and onwards is where it really gets hard. Doorknob Delta. A brutal mashup of the Rumbling Dice and the Doorknob Delta. And he's out on Doorknob Delta. I believe that's the first time we've seen someone fail that. That's gotta be a stamina drainer. And yes, there is a break in between each obstacle. It's just, the obstacles are really freaking hard. As demonstrated by Ben Poulsen, who is now out of it. And now, we are down to... Why am I all the way over here? We are down to 5. We've slashed whatever's left of this roster in half. And now, Caleb Bergstrom faces Stage 6. And I believe he's taking on Paradise Falls. So now, next is Apex of Monkey. 5 competitors left who have a shot to beat Omega and to reach the human horizon. Apex of Monkey now. He's past, well, he's already past that. Lamp Grasper. No clears so far. Not tonight, at least. It's through Lamp Grasper. V formation now. I believe the current record in this tournament, in official tournaments, is Final Ring. The dismount of the Final Ring. Caleb Bergstrom is through V formation. He now faces G-God. The glorious Cliptagons of Destiny. And again, this is 2 Cliptagons with a crazy jump in between them. Taking a lot of big names out before. Good on stamina. That's the first Cliptagon. Now he's got to do a crazy jump. Past that, one Cliptagon away from the back half. He's going through this quick. Caleb Bergstrom. He's already in 3rd place at this point. Is he gonna get to the back half though? He does! Caleb Bergstrom. The 3rd to get to the back half tonight. Traffic jam. He got farther than Noxa did. Cloud ladder. Come on, Caleb. There are 6 run movements in the cloud ladder. No! He's out on the cloud ladder. And with that, we're down to 4. Proving just how mind-bogglingly difficult this stage is. 4 left. And up next is Ninja Coach Austin Gray. I believe Caleb Bergstrom is in 2nd at this point. So far, our podium is Otzman, Garamore, Otzen, Bergstrom, Garamore. Austin Gray. Trying to see if he can get any farther. He's taking on Devil's Den. Oh boy, this is gonna be freaking hard. Devil's Den is insanely hard. They're both insanely hard. But Devil's Den has only been cleared once. And even since then, it's been very much nerfed. You used to have 7 Circles of Hell as a 6.8. But now we just have the final ring. Austin Gray now faces the Doorknob Delta. We saw someone fail here earlier. Ben Polson did fail here earlier. And now Austin Gray avenges Ben Polson and beats Doorknob Delta. Now the Devil Books. 6.3. Austin Gray. Past Devil Books. On to Deja Vu. Trying to show the world that he is deserving of the title Ninja Coach. And he already is for getting to this point as is. God, he's got to be thinking how much further can he go. I'm sure everyone here in this competition is. I'm sure everyone here is too. Deja Vu now. Looking great on stamina. Deja Vu is a very difficult obstacle. But Austin Gray clears it. He now faces Edge of Dreams. And he's out on Edge of Dreams. Goes to show that just because this is the easiest obstacle in the vertical limit category, it's still a 9, is very difficult. Any vertical limit is still difficult. And now, I believe we're down to 3. 3 competitors remain. For the most part, in the words of Alex Cunningham. Brett Strong. Camp Counselor. Still have our podium intact. And he's facing Paradise Falls. He's taking a shot at heaven. Starting with the Apex Monkey. And he's out on AOM. Brett Strong is out of the equation. And just like that, 2 athletes remain. Again, in the words of Alex Cunningham. Our podium remains intact. But the spirits of these competitors might not be. Especially Brett Strong after failing 6.2. Gotta wonder how he's feeling right now. But now, 2 competitors remaining. Both of them have been here before. They've never beaten stage 6. Elijah Browning. The farthest he's gotten is 6.3. Either Lamp Grasper or Delta Books. Only go for here. Paradise Falls. He's on the stairway to heaven. Next is the Apex of Monkey. Elijah Browning trying to make a name for himself. He has in the last test. He's trying to see how much farther he can get. Lamp Grasper. If he passes this, he'll have gone farther than he ever has in Omega. I believe he failed the Devil Books in the last test run. And he will definitely be He will definitely be back for the next tournament. But he's got a new PB to show for it. V formation. This obstacle was moved from Forsaken Satellite to Paradise Falls. It was one of the killers of that stage. Elijah Browning. It's not the first time he's faced this obstacle. He's gone past it before when it was in FS. And he beats it again. G-Con now. Glorious Glyptogons of Destiny. He's never been to stage 7, but he's looking to get there for the first time tonight. Starting with the first Glyptogon. He's on to the back half of the stage already. Well, not really, but... Well, technically, yes, but no. Past the first Glyptogon. Now, the jump. Elijah Browning. No, he fails the jump! Our podium remains intact. But ladies and gentlemen, one athlete remains. Our podium remains intact, which means Nox is guaranteed at least bronze. Kfir Atzman is guaranteed at least silver unless one Kyle Soderman clears either Paradise Falls or Delta's Den. The farthest he's gotten is 6.7, which would either be the Cloud Ladder or the I-Beam Flip. I believe it's the Cloud Ladder. Ladies and gentlemen, this may be the last run of the night, but if it is, it's been pretty good for a first. Kyle Soderman now takes on stage 6, and he's taking on Devil's Den. The last run, potentially the last run of the night. And he's on the highway to hell. Starting with the Doorknob Delta. If he fails at any point, this tournament is over. He could be the last man standing. The farthest he's gotten is the Cloud Ladder. But he's taking on Devil's Den tonight. The last hope for a stage 7 and for this tournament to continue, for that matter. Through Doorknob Delta onto the Devil Books. Kyle Soderman past Devil Books. Deja Vu. He pretty much popped off last tournament. But how much farther can Soda Pop go? Deja Vu. Starting with a hook jump. Now for the unhook. And the swing to the platform. And after that, it'll be Edge of Dreams. Kyle Soderman. Come on! In order for this tournament to continue, he cannot afford to fail here. On Deja Vu, he's on to Edge of Dreams. We saw someone fail this earlier. And he fails it as well. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, this tournament is over. Our podium remains intact. Kfir Atzman remains the last man standing. Edge of Dreams is still a very difficult obstacle, even if it is the easiest of the vertical limit category. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a look at our podium. Jackson Erados in last place is a bit of a shocker. Topaz Neo there. Jay Lachey Lewis rounding out the top 50. Kane Casillas. Stephen Mole. Last shatter standing. He'll get an exclusive badge in the next tournament. Masashi Hioki. Once again, not getting past the upper body stage. And our P11 tonight is Benjamin Grams. Just missing out on stage 6. But here we have our top 10. Ben Poulsen. Returning to the next tournament. Ben Poulsen. Brett Strong. Team champion. Our last woman standing, Olivia Vivian. Kyle Soderman. Austin Gray. Elijah Browning. Noxa Garmore in bronze. Caleb Bergstrom in silver. And Kafir Otzman. Your last man standing for tonight. Until next time, I'm Caleb Coldcloud. This has been Omega, the Human Horizon. Fare thee well.